My stepdaughter claims that my son are petter. So, I sent my son to jail. But this claim is proven wrong. Now my son is not talking to me.
My son has been in college since last fall. Last November, my 16-year-old stepdaughter brought up allegations that my son had forced her repeatedly for several years. I confronted my son, and he categorically denied it. But I knew that even though he was my son, I could not defend him for such an awful act. My wife and I reported him to the authorities. My son was arrested in December, and held in prison for several weeks because I refused to provide him bail money. He was eventually expelled from his Ivy League college. In the middle of January, my stepdaughter broke down and admitted she lied about everything. She had actually been having intercourse with her boyfriend, and was scared the news would reach us. The charges were dismissed, and my son was released immediately, but the damage was done. His first girlfriend from college ended things with him. The news spread about the claims, and all his childhood friends have decided to just stay away from him, even though I called each and every one of them personally. I have called the school and explained the situation, and even though they sympathized, they said he needed to reapply for the next school year and go through the admissions process again. My son is understandably furious at us. He has moved back home and refuses to talk to me at all. Both my wife and I have apologized to him repeatedly. We have banned my stepdaughter from our home permanently, and she has been sent to live with her father in another state. My wife and I also agreed to completely disinherit her from our wills. It has been a very painful situation. All of us started therapy. The realization of how badly I ruined my son's life hit me when I picked up his first prescription of antidepressants today. I bawled my eyes out in my car. He is the pride and joy of my life. He is outgoing, funny, intelligent, and the kindest person I know. But when I handed him his medication, I could not even recognize him. He locks himself in his room, does not eat properly, and has lost several pounds so far. Whenever I try talking to him, I just see the hate he has for me in his eyes. I don't know if I can ever get him to love me again. I know he is on Reddit very often. If you are reading, I want to tell you again how sorry your stepmom and I are. I promise I will get you into college again. I know I can't get you back the year you lost, but I will do everything in my power to make this right. Everything I have has always been for you. I hope you will give me a chance to fix this. I love you so much it hurts. I failed as a father, and I hope one day you will forgive me. The last story is titled, My Sister-in-Law, 14 female, claimed I, 26 male, impregnated her. My sister-in-law, who is 14, got pregnant, and when her parents found out, she lied and told them that I was the father. My wife left to be with her family when this broke, and her father was in a rage. I got a lawyer. The lawyer I got told me I needed to pack up, take off work, and stay somewhere where my wife and her family wouldn't know where to find me. Boy, was he right. The next day, our apartment was broken into by my father-in-law, and completely trashed it with a baseball bat. My neighbors called the police obviously, and he ended up getting arrested but bailed out by my mother-in-law the next day. My wife's entire family constantly texting and calling, to say how horrible of a person I was. My lawyer met with the family and their lawyer, to tell them I denied all the accusations and that I wanted a DNA test done. After the meeting, the texts and calls switched to calling me a coward for claiming my sister-in-law was lying. This went on for a few more days, before the mounting pressure finally broke my sister-in-law's resolve. She came clean and told everyone who the real father was, being a 15-year-old at her school, that told her to make something up. When this news came out, I still had to go through some whole BS investigation, to show that I wasn't actually a secret child predator. I'm self-employed, so we will see how bad this whole episode is going to screw up my life, and I'm definitely pressing charges against my father-in-law for the damage he did to my apartment and threat to my life he posed. Contrary to what most people on here suggested I do, I am not going to immediately divorce my wife. Our marriage was amazing before this happened, and I don't want to throw that away over a stupid 14-year-old and her boyfriend. I've seen my wife a few times and told her I understand why she did what she did, and that I still want to be with her given that I will not want to be around specifically her father or her sister for a long time, and that before we move in together again, we get marriage counseling. She agreed to those terms and we have been to a few sessions separately and together now. Thanks for the input I got on the old post. Edit. Lot of people are acting like this whole situation continued even with DNA evidence proving I was innocent. That's not the case. There never was a DNA test and likely won't be, now that sister-in-law admitted and the actual father confirmed it. The threat alone of a DNA test is what made her tell the truth. I also said I'm not immediately divorcing my wife, it may come to it after we have tried counseling, but I don't know at this time. Yes, I'm hurt by my wife not believing me, but at the same time, we've only been married for a year and a half, and she basically raised her sister while her parents worked and has always been very close to her. My wife didn't cut contact with me through this, I did at the direction of my lawyer. I left my phone with him, and looking back through it now, she never accused me of anything, was just asking questions trying to figure out what was going on. My father-in-law acted out on his own by breaking in, no one knew what he was doing and I don't have any sympathy for his actions and am pressing charges for everything he did. He broke in, not used my wife's keys to get in. The door frame was completely destroyed. Now for the top advice. Keep talking to that lawyer. You might not be out of the woods yet. I would have your lawyer start to build civil cases against all your in-laws. If they threatened you over text, go to the police. Have your lawyer keep up the pressure on the police and prosecutor's office. Edit: I know that lawyers are super expensive for most, but I feel the cost would be worth it in this case. If you have been accused of being a child violator, they are the only ones capable of clearing your name. Also, their homeowner's umbrella policy will cover lost income, if these claims get out. You will need that information to force their insurance to pay. What did your Phil, Sil, and other relatives say after the truth came out? Was there any remorse at all? No idea, I've kept myself away from them. At least they stopped pushing to get me arrested when she finally told the truth. I'm sorry for the terrible circumstances you're in right now. I hope things get better soon. By the way, that's a damn good lawyer you have. I know, I'm calling him from now on for everything. And that's it for this video guys. If you have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this content. I'll catch you in the next one. Good day everyone.